Good morning, good morning. Happy Wednesday, happy hump day. It's Elisa James, holistic voice and presentation coach, coming to you live. My time is a little different this week because I was speaking at the Profitable Speakers Summit this morning, early morning in the US. If you haven't got your tickets already, it's not too late. I will put the link directly underneath this video once I've finished going live. Now, today, we're going to do something a little bit different. Today, I'm going to offer 5 people over the next 5 weeks, 5 only from my YouTube channel who's struggling with their voice. I'm going to offer you free live coaching online. Now, here is the kicker or the catch, right? You have to be willing and brave enough to step out of your comfort zone and actually go live with me here on StreamYard or Zoom. I don't mind how we do it, but I want to give you live coaching. Now, the reason is this. Actually, there's probably 2 reasons. Number 1 is, well, actually, there's 3 reasons. I just thought of another one. Number 1 is I want to help people. Right? I really want to help people. And not everyone can afford coaching. They just can't. And I can't help everybody, of course. There's only finite amount of time in my day and my week. So I really want to help more people. And when we have more people coming on live and stepping out of their comfort zone, I will be able to do that. Number 2, when you step out of your comfort zone and come on camera, you will start to get over it. Guaranteed. Whatever you've got going on that is holding you back, if you step out of your comfort zone just a little bit at a time, guaranteed you will get over yourself and you'll be able to build that confidence live. This is what happens, okay? Now, the third thing is this, and this is super important. When you step up and be with me live on camera and I can help you through your voice issue or your presentation question or whatever it is, when we do that together, my coaching you live will help so many more people. Group coaching more than one person at a time is so powerful. And if you've had any group coaching with me, I know that there's some of my fans here have been in my classes before. For instance, the Ultimate Speaker Confidence Bootcamp is a bootcamp that I run multiple times a year. It's a group class. Inside that group class, they will tell you how powerful it is to watch somebody else having a breakthrough. I do this too. I've signed up to group classes and masterminds all over the world, and I have for years. I love learning. And the power of learning in a group is because you get to feed off other people, you get to watch other people's breakthroughs, and you learn so much about yourself and your own skills by watching other people struggle with the same thing. It is so super, super powerful. So before I dive into the questions that I'm going to answer today, I'm going to give you an opportunity to step up and pop your name underneath this video. You will see this streaming live to my YouTube channel. I have over 6,000 subscribers now. I have loads and loads of people that need help. I'm also streaming live into my Facebook group, Find Your Voice Aspiring Speakers Club, and I'm also streaming live into my public page on Facebook, my fan page. So if you any of those platforms, just pop your name underneath. Now, thank you. You are so welcome. This is an amazing offer. Yes, it is. And you know what? It's to help more people. So please, please, please step up. Put your hand up. Just say, yes, pick me underneath. That's all you have to do. Yes, pick me with your favorite little emoji or something, and then I'll know that you're serious. Then we can PM you, myself and my assistant will PM you. We'll switch times and dates and things, and we'll figure it out. We'll figure out all the details afterwards. So let's dive into content today. Remember, we are live on the Voice of Confidence TV. Why can I not see that? I don't want to hide it. I want to show it. Show. Oh, there you go. The Voice of Confidence TV. Now, today, what I'm going to do starting every Wednesday now is I'm going to be actually answering questions from my YouTube channel. Normally, what I would do is I would release my pre-recorded video that's going to go live in premiere on my YouTube channel. And I've already done that this week, last night. And normally I go deep diving into that content every Wednesday to help anybody who needs that little bit more deep dive. So, but instead of doing that, because there's so many people. I can't answer, 6,000 people when they have questions. So what I'm going to do is every Wednesday now, I'm going to pop up one of the questions on the screen so everyone can benefit from the answer. I'm pumping out videos every single week, but I'm sure I won't get to everybody because 6,000 people is a lot of people and we're growing very, very super fast. So here is what Rosalind is struggling with. Now, I just copied and pasted it exactly from my channel. So I think she means this. She said, hi, please help me. I have been taking thoughts my nose for more 2 to 3 weeks now. Now, I think she means I have been speaking or talking through my nose for 2 to 3 weeks now. I'm guessing that that's what she means. And let's see if she's here live. Amazing. That's fantastic. So Rosalind, if you are here live or you're seeing this in the replay in YouTube, I know you're one of my YouTube fans, just put underneath the comment on this video, just put #replay and then let me know that you watched the video. Rosalind, okay. First things first, if you've been sick and you have blockages in your head and your sinuses, and that's the reason that you've been talking through your nose for 2 to 3 weeks now, then that is absolutely curable. There is no problem with that. It's a health issue that needs to be fixed, but it's not a vocal issue. So here's the thing. When we talk through our nose, it's simply because the soft palate is not working properly. So when the soft palate is not working properly, it really sounds nasal. And there are 2 reasons why people usually sound nasal, health issues aside, okay? One is because their soft palate is not working. It's lazy, and they've heard that sound maybe in their family, and it was just normal to them, so they copied that soft palate laziness. But 2, it could also be that you're not opening your mouth enough to speak. It's that simple. Now, actually, there is something that I've seen many, many times in my career as a voice coach, actually, which is quite puzzling. And if there's any ENTs, ear, nose, and throat specialists or laryngologists on my YouTube channel, I'd love to know the answer to this. If you've had adenoids removed from your nose, which causes blockages in some people, and you've had tonsils removed, which is really nowhere near your vocal folds, that's why I don't understand this. When you have adenoids and tonsils removed at a very young age, what I hear in my clients is that they talk with this sort of gluggy sound at the back that sounds a bit blocked. It's really weird because the adenoids, if they're gone, the breathing issue would no longer be there. And if your tonsils are gone, well, then nowhere near where your vocal folds are either. So my theory is this. If it's an adenoid and tonsil thing, Rosalind, you need to answer those questions for me. If it's one of those things, then it's just simply a habit that you've learned not to use your soft palate. So all you have to do is open your mouth at the back and do vowels by holding your nose and making sure the sound is not going to go into your nose. You don't want a, o. If you're speaking with a nasal tone, that's how your vowel shapes will sound. But here's the thing. There are only 3 consonants in the English language. Sorry, 3 nasalized consonants in the English language. N, M, and like the word sing, the NG. When you put your fingers on your nose, you see it because your mouth is shut. The air has to come out of somewhere. It can't come out of our ears, right? It has to come out of our nose. So if we put our hands gently on our nose to feel that vibration, hum, you feel, you hear that all of that sound is coming through your nose first. It's not coming out of your mouth because your mouth is shut. It wouldn't really matter if my mouth was shut because it's a nasal sound. N is a nasal sound. NG, sing, is a nasal sound. It's meant to be a nasal sound. So if you're speaking through your nose for every sound in the alphabet, that's 23 other letters and 5 vowels that are really meant to be oral. You're making all of them nasal. It's just a technique issue. It's not a breathing issue. Now, let's go on to the health side for a moment, because that's mechanical, right? Mechanics can be fixed, no problem. That I do this all day long. But health side, because I have a master's degree in holistic health as well, it's very much part of what I do. I help fix people's health issues that might be creating a voice issue or a body issue. So let's look at the health issue for a moment. I had allergic rhinitis, allergies, asthma, hay fever, respiratory infections, throat infections, chest infections, pleurisy, pneumonia. Oh my God. I've been in a hospital many, many times since I was 2 years old with all of that. All of it. Incredible, right? It's amazing I'm still alive and breathing. I learned the hard way how to manage all those things naturally. Now, sometimes I do need to lean on medication. I absolutely do. When I'm really desperate, I will lean towards medication. But mostly I do things naturally. So the very first thing I had to do was take a food journal and see what my body was reacting to. And Rosalind, if you're watching this, I highly recommend that you do the same. A food journal. And all you have to do is, like, for instance, you get up in the morning, you drink a cup of tea with milk or coffee with milk, write it down. An hour later, write down how you feel, if you've got mucus, if you start clearing your throat, and how your body is responding to that food or drink. You need to find out. So I've just had breakfast. So I know that the wheat toast that I ate, for instance, and the cup of coffee I had this morning is going to create some mucus. So I know I have to navigate that during the day. But if I'm really naughty, if I have lots of dairy, for instance, or a big glass of wine, I won't be able to breathe very well for at least 12 hours. Like literally, my whole nose and head will block up if I have too much dairy or too much gluten. So I know exactly what sets my body off. Now, I combated all those things by first eliminating everything out of my diet that my body really didn't like. It created way too much mucus. So I had to go more alkaline and more green to keep my body weight down, to keep my skin healthy and fresh looking, and also to keep my voice and my instrument healthy. Super important that you know how your body reacts to food. Now, another reason why people breathe through their nose, if they're blocked up, those allergies can be, quite debilitating. So you need to find a natural nasal spray. And I just highly recommend the natural one it's just a saline solution. I don't have one here, but I'll show you one more thing that will also help, Rosalind. It'll help enormously. When you sniff nasal spray up, be very careful with medicated nasal spray, because you don't want to sniff it through your vocal folds and cause damage. And I'll go into that in another video. That's not what we're talking about today. But I highly recommend that you use saline solution. Just saline solution. You can buy it from any chemist, CVS pharmacy in America, all over the world. It's just saline solution in a bottle. It's been sterilized, and then breathe it through your nose and then put your head back so it goes into the sinuses here, and just to keep flushing out anything that you might be allergic to. It'll be a lifesaver. And then good old-fashioned steam is the next thing to clear the nasal passages. I happen to use a face steamer that I show in my videos quite often, so check out my YouTube channel for that. But you can do it the old-fashioned way, which is to pot a towel over your head. And if you've got a blocked up nose, Rosalind, you just need to shut your mouth and force that steam into the nasal passages. Super important, okay? So let's move on to the next question of the day. This is number 2. So S Amazing Shorts says, I'm not liking my voice. It's not sweet, and I felt it boring. And my mum told me it's not very good. It's squeaky. Well, a squeaky voice usually means there's tension. So S Amazing Shorts, I would love to see what your shorts are. I'm sure it's not the shorts that you wear. It sounds like you might make short films. That would be awesome. But as a filmmaker, you need to promote your films, of course, so you need to get on camera. So if you're not liking your voice, it's not very sweet and it's boring, there's a few things at play here. Mostly it's going to be the psychology behind the sound. When your psychology is wrong, that was burp. When your psychology gets in the way of your mechanics, which is what I talk about all the time, you're going to have a sound that is not pleasant to you and maybe not pleasant to somebody else. So when you have a squeaky voice, it usually means your pitch is not right and do you have too much tension in your voice? So what you might want to do is just open your throat like you're yawning and then sigh down the scale like this. Ah. And when you're sighing down the scale, you'll be able to open your throat and get rid of any of that tension. Now, don't listen to your mum or other naysayers if they're too negative. What you need to do is you need to assess your voice with either a professional or a really good friend or colleague at work, and where someone that you're not in family with, that is not attached to you emotionally, but can give you an objective point of view. And I do this for my clients as well. I listen to their voices, their recordings, and then I analyze what we need to change so they feel better about themselves, so they feel more comfortable and more confident, and so people listen to them more. It's super important. So I would say, A, your pitch needs to change, and B, your throat needs to be more open and less tension. So that's the answer to your question. Now, Isaiah, number 3 today. I've got Isaiah who said, I thought to have a deep, sexier voice, I must sound bassy. I generally lose my voice when I get low, but you say to sound more mid-tone and resonance. Thank you for your insight. Now, Isaiah obviously saw my video that was a few weeks ago called How to Get a Sexy Voice for Guys. I did one for girls and I did one for guys. It was all based on science. It is not based on anything else. That's all I do is scientific and psychological. What I showed Isaiah is that many people perceive you to be a leader, absolutely, with a low voice, and many sexy actors have low voices naturally. But here's the thing. It seems to be also attributed to the body weight, your height, your build, and things like that. So for instance, I've noticed in my experience over 40 years of entertainment and now voice coaching is that the taller somebody is, a guy, the taller and the bigger they are, the bigger their voice box, and so the more rich and round and deep that they sound. So for instance, if you love James Earl Jones, was somebody that people say all the time, they love the sound of his voice. James Earl Jones has a very rich, resonant, deep voice. He's a big build of a man, and for whatever reason, African Americans tend to have a bigger voice box and a richer sound. It's very interesting. But what we need to do, Isaiah, is this. We need to figure out what nature gave us, and we need to be able to milk that to the best of our ability. Not try to compare yourself to somebody else, or not try to be somebody else or emulate somebody else. We don't want to imitate anyone. We want to be ourselves. There's only one of you, only one. So be the best version of you that you can be. Don't try to aspire to be somebody else. Use those snippets of information that you get from other people to say, oh, I want to be confident. I don't want to be that person, but I want to feel the confidence that they feel, for instance. Now, with a sexy voice, Isaiah, pitch is meant to be what's good for you. And you're saying that your voice, I think I saw somewhere else that your voice was getting sore because you were speaking too low. I've heard this a lot. So we need to find the resonance in the voice in a mid-pitch that feels good, is easy to project, and very easy for you to continue speaking on for hours at a time. If I speak really low, like this, for example, it's not going to feel good and I can't get that natural resonance. It just doesn't work. It's too low. So I need to lift my voice into that mid-pitch to get the resonance that I need. That doesn't mean that I seem any less of a leader because of the way that I speak. It's just a choice that's much better for my body, my shape in my face, and my voice. So I hope that helped you today. Thank you so much for posting on my channel. Now, this is going out live. I know we're a little bit off time zone today. I'm usually live at around 8 or 8:30 in the morning. It's now 10 o'clock in Sydney time. And we are going live on the Voice of Confidence TV. So if you're seeing this in the replay, make sure that you put hashtag replay underneath the video. And then also let me know if you have any questions about the things that I answered today. So this video was for Rosalind S, Amazing Shorts, and Isaiah Yeah, Isaiah. So shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for commenting on my channel, and thank you for your subscription. That's wonderful. I'm so glad that you're there with us. If you're watching this on the Voice of Confidence TV, I also have a Facebook group, and it's called Find Your Voice Aspiring Speakers Club. Now remember, last chance. Anyone who wants live voice coaching, just PM me or put below, yes, me. Then you have to step up, be brave, and we'll do it live on my channel starting from next week. That invitation goes out to everyone on my Voice of Confidence TV channel on YouTube, and also everyone inside my Find Your Voice Aspiring Speakers Club. So if you need help and you need a voice coach, but you can't afford one yet, then put your hand up, be brave, and I will help you live. And when we do that, we'll be helping so many more people too. Group coaching, live coaching is super powerful. Nowhere to hide. You've got to face your fears and get out there and make a change. Change your voice, change your life. That's what I say. So have a happy Wednesday, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. And thank you for your questions on YouTube. The channel is growing really fast, and I really appreciate your support. It's been a really great journey in the last 10 months, getting to 6,000 subscribers so quickly. It's been quite incredible. So pop your comments below, and I'll see you on Friday for Experts Interview. I'll see you then. Bye.